Chubby puppy. No. Stop.
Hey guys.
No. Turn it off.
Welcome to day 2 of the podcast.
I hate you so much.
Today we're joined by Buzz
I hate it.
and Haley. And I'll be your host, Daddy Shark.
Oh,
So how's everyone been doing this week? Anything eventful?
not really.
No, I've been working.
Oh, Buzz, you were telling us about some stuff going on at work, though. Just 2 nights ago, I think.
What stuff was happening?
You were telling us about some creepy dude.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fill us in, because we need the information on that.
Okay, I'm gonna have to do the snorting noise.
Yeah. So
Fuck, man.
so
All right.
fill us in. Give us timestamp and how this stuff is happening.
So, it was not last night. He came in again and he saw me.
Well, start
And
at the
I was
beginning,
picking out
Buzz.
Timbits and he was like touching me and shit. Anyways.
Yeah, it was...
No, just start at the beginning. You can't just go and cut into one spot.
Here's the beginning of the story. So, I was just working on the counter and I was grabbing some like Timbit boxes, doing some restocking, and this guy comes up and someone else I work with was trying to take their order but they like ignored them, and so I was like, hey, I was like, well, what can I get you? And this guy just dead ass like looks at me and goes, hey, can I get a yeah, I can't do this, and he's like
Do it to the mic.
it's not, no, he was like, don't look at me when I do it. Okay, I can imitate the sound perfectly. He was like, can I get a
Can you do that a bit closer to the mic? Make sure that we got
shit,
that.
I don't want to do it again. Don't
Just
look
do
at
it.
me.
Do it like right here.
He's like, hey there, can I get a
That's perfect.
and I said, what?
Just
I
make
was
sure
like,
you're talking to the mic.
I was like, I'm sorry, what did you say? And, you know, he, like, nodded at me, and he pointed up at the menu above me. He was like, you know, he was like one of those, and I was like,
You be talking to that there.
I was like, I don't exactly know what you mean. And I said, are you trying to get a sandwich? And he was like, nah, I'm just fucking with you. I was like, okay. I didn't know how to react. So I kind of just, like, laughed, like, really nervously, and I was trying to get away from him. And he was like, what's your name? And I, like, showed him my name tag. Like, I literally just, like, popped my name tag out and, like, pointed down at it. And he was like, oh, he was like, Kalina? And I was like, yeah. And,
You can call me Buzz.
no, I'm not. And, he was like, do you have Instagram? And, like, obviously I was like, yeah. Because, like, who the fuck doesn't have Instagram? And I regretted that immediately because he was like, what's your Insta? And I was like, fuck. So I just gave it to him so he'd go away. And he put it into the notes on his phone. And he was like, can I get your number? And I didn't say anything, like I hesitated, and he was like, oh, do you have a boyfriend? And I just didn't say anything, and he was like, I'll just slide into those DMs. I was like, all right, cool. And then
Dylan's gonna be pissed when he hears this.
Yeah.
no,
Big
I
Daddy
already told
gonna
them. I
like
already
that.
told them.
All right.
And
So, Daddy Dylan's gonna have Big Daddy D's gonna have some competition, I guess.
Yeah, pretty
from
much.
a crazy cat guy.
yeah. And then
Make sure you're talking to the mic. Like, we have
So,
a microphone and this guard around it, and Buzz likes to turn around. No, don't take that. Because
Stop it, I'm taking it.
Yeah, it was in a good spot, and then you moved it.
well, I'm the one
Now
telling
you're
the
gonna
story.
hear it moving around.
Yeah,
Shit,
but
sorry,
see,
guys.
we have a dome around it of soundproof stuff, and Buzz likes to go behind it and try and talk. So whenever
Anyways.
her voice gets low, that's what it is.
So
Don't need to get that close.
You should do some ASMR.
Trying to, it'll just be really loud.
okay, so
Yeah, there's a big loud spike that you just heard. That was just Haley making noise. Thanks.
okay.
No, that was clean laughing.
No, that was you.
Okay, so anyways, so that happened, and he walked away, and we all laughed about it and stuff. It was fine. I never heard from him again. He requested to follow me on Instagram, and I, like, accepted because I wasn't trying to get beat up and, like, harassed at work again. Then last night, Michael's like, hey, Clint, I want to get off work early at 9 instead of 10. I was like, oh, fuck yeah.
And then I had to go pick you up at 10, and no one said anything, so I'm sitting there at 10 at Tim Hortons going, where are you? She goes, I'm at home.
Yeah.
What do you mean? I'm at home.
I texted him, but he just didn't check his phone.
No,
So did I, honestly.
Unlike Haley, I'm not going to go and text and drive because I'm actually a good driver.
I don't text and drive.
She
Oh.
doesn't. She doesn't.
Yeah, she didn't text and walk either. Or text and sit down.
Wow, what an offense. Oh my god. Anyways, so back to the story. So last night.
There's that pause again. What? I had to edit out like 15 minutes of the last episode of Buzz just going, and then we started doing this thing, but then, and then this happened, but
I don't talk like that.
you do it so...
Yeah,
See,
you do.
I never realized this until I started editing, and I'm like, oh my god, Buzz, just keep a straight sentence. So if you listen to the last one, and it sounds like she's actually keeping a sentence going, that's because I made it sound like that.
Okay.
I think I left one big pause, because Buzz had the most confused pause for like 10 seconds, so I had to leave that.
Okay. Oh my god. Okay, so anyway, so last night I get off work early and I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna pick up some Timbits and bring them home. So I'm standing there. And Greg is picking. Shout out to Greg, my man. He's picking Timbits for me from the other side of the glass, and I'm like, can I get these ones? He's like, 5 of these, 4 of these, and all I feel is this like brush on my shoulder. And like, you know, in movies where they make fun of gay dudes and they wave and they're like, hey, and they like wave their finger with their eyebrows up.
They do the gay wave, yeah.
Yeah, he did that to me. He walked
Devin
past
used to do that on the bus.
No, I felt something on my shoulder and I look over and he just like does that to me, and I just kind of like did the peace sign. That's really horrible and I do it all the time. I threw up that peace sign.
Yo, flashback to when we pulled up. I went to go pick up Buzz a couple weeks ago, and she gets in the car, and this girl Lillian, she's hanging out in some other chick's car, and we pull up beside them, and Buzz is talking. She shoots out the peace sign, and I look at Buzz and I go, "Do you want me to start driving now?" And she goes, "What do you mean? I shoot the peace sign, you're supposed to start driving." I turned on the car and I started to go and went, "Bye, Lillian."
It was so awkward because like I had the peace sign still up, like, you know, you're supposed to go zoom, but then it was just like I had to awkwardly put it back down, and then he was like, "Bye," and we just pulled out super slowly.
Lillian gave her the look. And
Anyways, yeah, and then I went outside because Haley was out in the parking lot. And I went out the main doors, and this boy and his crew went out the Wendy's doors, so we were both like making like a V towards the same area where Haley was parked, and I like ran into her car, and I was like, "Haley, it's him," and she looked at him and she was like, "Skirt."
that's how Haley drives anyway.
No.
Go, skirt.
But yeah, that was pretty terrifying. I honestly get harassed so much at work, it's not even funny.
That sounds like a good time, boys. I like how that story played out. It sounds like a fun night, fun afternoon, good way to spend the afternoon.
I guess.
Kalina and I got our eyebrows done today.
Do you want to date
the eyebrow lady was very offended by me because I was like, "Can you do my eyebrows but don't touch them?" And she was like, "What do you mean?" I was like, "Well, just take like this part off, but like don't touch the eyebrow." And she was like, "But that's not getting your eyebrow done." I was like, "I know." And she was like, "You're gonna pay for that." I was like, "Yeah, I know." Why do you think I came in and said that?
But anyway, we tried out this new what is it called? Threading. It's where you take like a string and it like pulls the hairs out.
Like 2 of them, and you like go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, so we tried that.
That sound was accompanied by Buzz moving her hands like back and forth, kind of like cocking a gun.
Anyway, and Buzz didn't make any noise. She didn't flinch. And I was
haven't
like,
gotten my
did
eyebrows
it hurt?
done in like 2 years either. Like, I don't touch my fucking eyebrows.
Yeah, and anyway, I was like, did it hurt? She was like, no, it didn't hurt too much. And then I sat down in that freaking chair.
She was
and
dying.
It hurt like hell. It felt like these little tiny like zaps of electricity were just they like
I think
poke
it's just
in my
'cause your
eyeball.
hair is deep rooted.
I don't know, but it hurt.
Was it as bad as getting a
so
tattoo
bad.
done?
It was worse than the tattoo, actually.
See, that's what's funny. I don't think your pain index is right.
No, I know it's weird, but I think it's because my skin is so sensitive on my like near my eyes. But on my
No,
back,
but
it's
she
fine.
was sitting in the chair, and this eyebrow lady, like Haley was flinching and like moving her. She was squinting her eyes, so her eyebrows were like all furrowed. And like if the lady kept plucking them, she would have fucked up her brows so bad. So this lady looks at me. She goes, "Can you hold her?" And I had to like pull the
She had
top
to
of her
pull my
forehead and
face
push
up.
her eyelid down. And I felt like an esthetician because like I literally was just like holding Haley's face down as she cried, like she
It
had
hurt
so many tears.
bad. And then my eyes started burning, and I was like, the woman was like, "No, don't do that. Don't do that. You can't do that." And I'm like, "I'm sorry."
She was laughing at Haley. She was like, "Who the fuck is this girl?"
Like, come on.
It was
Like Haley's curled up in
You're
fetal position.
paying me to go and make you cry.
it was awful. I'm never getting threading done again. Next time I get my eyebrows done, I'm just gonna go with wax because it's quick and easy.
I see.
It's just a one swift movement.
Kerchew! Oh, I hate myself.
So I saw something in the news recently, boys. I don't know, Buzz, you might not be able to follow this, but Haley, you might be able to.
Cupcake is coming to Halifax.
Oh well,
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Cupcake's coming to Halifax. But here's another thing. You ever hear of a little underground band called Nirvana?
That is not a little
Let's
underground.
see. Maybe.
So many years ago, I think it's like 20 years now. Kurt Cobain, he passed, right?
That has to be longer than 20
So guess
years.
what? Nirvana's getting back together for a reunion.
Oh,
Without him, they
With-
say fuck Kurt.
Without well, the thing about Kurt is he'd write the music, and he got mad when Dave Grohl would try to do it. He goes, "I'm the only writer here." So hey boys, we're getting back together.
So
with
are you
our-
saying that Dave killed him? Is it a conspiracy?
No, Courtney killed him.
no, it's,
Oh, shit.
yeah.
His wife killed him.
Oh,
Well,
okay.
it's technically a conspiracy. There's no... It hasn't been...
There's plenty of evidence.
He could have
There's lots
killed
of
him
evidence,
and then
but-
blamed and planted evidence on
No,
the
'cause-
wife.
No, because Dave Grohl already got kicked out of the band.
Exactly.
There was no
Even more
benefit.
motive.
No, there's no benefit
No,
to that.
that's
'cause-
motive. Look at you. You're the like pettiest, saltiest person I know. You would do that.
well, maybe
You get
it-
kicked out of a band, you still kill the main band
No,
member.
but that's because I'd get the rights to the music. But Dave didn't. Everything was under Kurt's name. And Courtney and Kurt, they were married and they had their daughter Frankie. If Kurt was to die, all the rights to Nirvana songs would go to Courtney. So they couldn't go to anybody else. They'd just go to him. Like when Paul McCartney, he was joking around Michael Jackson like, "Hey buddy, you should buy out all my songs, take all the rights." And Michael Jackson goes, "Aight, dude," and he was fucking bought his soundtrack. But I guess they're going on tour soon with with Joe and Jet. Wow, that would be a good time, wouldn't it?
Wow.
Joe and Jet. I wonder if she'd be singing.
She definitely... Well,
Well, I don't know.
that's her.
Well, you're pointing at the computer screen.
I know.
Oh, and John McCauley?
I don't know who that is.
Man,
I'm
that,
just tuning out because like I can't relate to any of this stuff.
what, you don't like Nirvana? Are you uncultured?
Smells like uncultured.
Smells like dead babies.
Oh my god.
Woo!
No one replies to that.
Nah, see, that's a meme that you wouldn't get. Also, Ozzy almost like fucking died or something. You know Ozzy
What
Osbourne,
happened to
Buzz?
him?
So I just read up on this when I found the article for the Nirvana thing.
Yeah.
I
Ozzy-
wish this microphone picked up my eye roll. Let's see if I can do it really close.
Oh my god.
So Ozzy got an infection in his hand, and it led to him needing to go and cancel a show to go get a surgery done, and a couple of shows need to be rescheduled.
How did
My
you get an
jaw
infection?
hurts.
Well, okay, so I had an infection in my jaw back a couple months
Oh my
ago.
god.
Like I'd had my jaw broken and realigned. So I'm in the hospital, all in pain. I had my jaw broken like 4 or 5 spots. Haley comes in,
Bro,
she's sitting there
we
with
don't need to tell
with my
this
mouth
story.
all swollen. I can't eat anything.
He
I can barely
literally
breathe.
was dead. Like for
No, like, I was
months. He
actually
just
dead.
disappeared off the face of the planet.
Straight
like,
up, people
death.
were getting mad at me. Like I had people trying like they were getting some pissed off because I wasn't around chilling. It's
No,
like
he couldn't even speak
no, it's like
or eat anything other than like water.
someone actually came to me and was like, "You're an asshole because you didn't talk to me for 3 months." It's like, sorry, I was actually almost dead
To
Yeah.
be fair, he didn't tell anybody.
because I didn't know I was going to the hospital a second time.
He didn't
No,
know
the
that
first
he was
time you didn't tell
infected and
anybody
about to
either.
Yeah, I did.
Okay,
Tyler knew, Maddie knew,
A
everybody
lot
knew.
of people asked me where you were.
Yeah, nobody relevant.
Wow.
Bye, Tyler.
No, Tyler did know. I texted him.
Sydney
So,
didn't know. I had
Exactly.
to tell
Like I-
Sydney.
Sorry, Sydney. No, I told her. She wasn't paying attention.
Okay, well,
So, I was in the hospital. I'm laying there all like fucking decrepit and dead. And Haley, she leans over to me. She goes, my jaw hurts.
Oh my god.
And I
He's
look-
infected, fresh out of jaw surgery.
I look at her with so much anger, and she goes, "What?" I was like, "What do you mean?" Like, I can't even speak, so I'm going, "What do you..." That translates to, "What do you mean your jaw hurts?"
I know, but
Excuse me?
now he won't let me live it down.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't.
Well, see, back to his whole can't speak and making grunting noises. While we were in the hospital, this woman came in and started yelling at him.
Okay, no, see, again, you're telling the story wrong. So, like, we were trying to get the TV set up in the hospital room for a little while. And we were flicking it on and off, and eventually we got it on. It was going for, like, 15 minutes, turned off again. So we get it back on, and it's going good. And it's just me and Haley hanging out in my free hotel room paid by the government. And this woman comes up, got her arms crossed, and she starts getting mad. And she's going on about how the TV costs money and shit like that. I'm like, all right. Like, I just shrug at her. I'm like, whatever. And then she starts yelling at Haley. And Haley's got nothing to do with that. She's just here, and Haley doesn't know what to say. And then, like, I start getting frustrated. So I'm yelling at her. And when she starts laughing at me. So, like, I've been out of surgery for, like, maybe 2 days. I get up, and I get right in her face, and I start fucking yelling at her, right?
But all it sounds like is...
She starts laughing. So I'm ready to go and, like, fucking knock this old woman out. I walk out the room, and I grab somebody, and I pull them in, and I give them a notepad. And I was like, this woman's being a fresh cunt. Like, get rid of her.
No, you went and got your mother.
Yeah, and I was like, this woman being a bitch. And then she started saying something. My old man comes up. And she goes, I had to turn the TV off. And he looks at her and he goes, you had to. Because little did she know, he took 35, 40 minutes trying to turn on this fucking TV while she kept turning it off.
Yeah, so that was a fun time.
That was a good time, boys. Buzz, you want your jaw broken?
It depends by who.
Then get off your fucking phone and I'll break it for you. We're trying to do a
Sorry,
podcast.
I'm
Buzz won't get
looking
off Snapchat.
Fucking Demi Mobby's boobs.
Why?
Because they're big.
Yeah, sure, but you can do that later.
That's kind of
Oh
true.
my god.
This ain't fap time, Buzz.
Stop.
It's podcast time
Save that for your alone time.
with Dilly.
When you're talking to Dylan.
Yeah, you
Why are
and
we looking at
Dilly.
her boobs while talking to him?
Inspiration?
Yeah. You got the best of both worlds.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
Stop.
fuck
I think
yeah.
Ben's into that though. But anyways,
That's
Probably
fucking
was
weird.
gay.
He's super gay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, that's enough with roasting
Only gay
Ben.
people like dick.
He's like, traps are really hot, and I'm like, LOL, yeah.
Traps are
He's
gay?
like, no, really, and he sends me a link to like his favorite ones, and I'm like, ooh.
Ooh, yeah, big move. Yo, hey, just in
thank
case
you.
you didn't know, traps are gay. Like,
He goes, but I'm not.
there's that one guy, Sneaky. Look up Sneaky if you want some gay traps.
Oh god.
Oh, yeah. Look up
What
Sneaky.
about that reverse trap that I sent you?
What? I don't know what you're
Yeah,
talking about. I
sent
can't remember what
you
you're
a
It's
talking
video
like
of
a
this
guy-
reverse- No, it was like, it looks like a guy. And
Oh,
then it
was
was like
it-
a hot
But it was a
chick.
vagina. She did-
It was a
she
giant
had
vagina? No. What?
No,
No, it
no,
was-
because most of the time, like a trap.
It looked like
the
a guy.
whole
It was just a
top half
giant
is, like,
vagina.
Woman, and then like the bottom half is like
No,
penis.
that's not how that works, Haley. You don't know what a trap is. It's just a dude dressed as a girl.
Yeah.
Like, convincingly, too.
That's what I'm saying. The whole top
No.
half is
That's why I
woman.
never get any customers when I'm on the road.
Because they think you're a trap?
They're like, one of their buds in the car's like, look at her. And be like, nah, dude, I'm pretty sure that's the trap of Windmill
No.
Road.
We'd be driving down the street, like me and Haley were going down the street, it's like, she'd be like, oh, look at that hooker. I go, nah, traps are gay.
On the way to Smitty's, there's the hookers.
Freaking
No.
Main Street.
Do you know
man.
where
Crazy.
Windmill Road is?
No.
Clearly.
I
No.
always
You're thinking about
forget.
Highfield.
No, at the end of like,
I'm gonna
There's
leave
that
this.
pause
Yeah,
again.
I'm leaving. No, I'm
Look
leaving
at
that.
it.
Yeah, no,
oh
I'm,
my god.
that's a 3-second pause. I'm leaving that in to go and show the pause of confusion.
Okay, sorry, I'm just not gonna talk for a
You gotta come over here, like Buzz. You gotta come over here because you're talking behind the mic.
Scree.
The pause of confusion.
That's the next intro. I clipped Buzz saying that thing about the tutu.
No,
No,
people
as
have
for the
been
tutu
texting
hides
me
it. Yeah, no, I clipped that and I saved it, but I can't find it because I was gonna make that the intro to the podcast.
No ass for the tutu hides.
But see, now you guys are lucky enough to have Daddy Shark as the
Oh,
intro.
no, that's not being the
God.
intro.
We can
Who's
do
editing
that.
it? Yeah, you can.
You know what? I'll start editing it.
You think you can do that?
That's what I said, but he said no.
Because you can't do that. I know you
My
can.
brother can help me.
You think he's gonna help you?
Justin.
Mm-hmm.
Justin ate like an entire jar of pasta.
Yeah,
And,
it's
like,
true. He
the
did.
See, look, there's that pause again. We're pointing at the screen. There's that pause again.
No,
That's another 2-second
ate
pause.
an entire jar of the ragu sauce.
That stuff tastes like shit too.
He did. No, that's the only
no,
sauce
he
he'll
did.
eat.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and
but that
he
shit,
made.
it tastes like garbage.
He was like, "Can I make you noodles?" And I was like, "Sure, make me 4." And I just ate 4 spaghetti noodles cold.
Nice,
Fucking
dude.
Good.
I bet you're proud of yourself.
No, I'm proud of myself and I eat other stuff.
What other stuff? I eat ass.
No.
It's 19 degrees in Las Vegas right now.
Isn't
Why is that
wild?
relevant?
Yeah, that's
My
not.
parents are there right now.
Oh yeah. I
Oh
forgot
wow,
about
that's
that.
great. Yeah, her parents, they're gonna go see Ozzy with Zach Wilde. Like, oh my god, that's me personally. That would be awesome because if you don't know anything about the Ozzy storyline timeline, after the passing of Randy Rhoads, Zach Wilde took his place,
Sorry.
and that was he's an amazing guitarist.
Shut up.
Shut up, the two of you.
What the fuck?
So, opening for them
Nobody
is gonna
cares.
be
I
You made
Stone
spit
Sour.
come out of my mouth.
Ew.
Stone Sour is gonna be opening for them.
You
And they
hit her a
have-
lot harder.
They have no appreciation for
She's
that.
dying.
I didn't even touch her though.
So fucking bad. You almost knocked my displaced knee back into normal.
You want to give her another go?
I don't. I was just trying to look up. Frig, it's like, what's the name of it when something's like intensely vibrating?
Pulsating?
Tingling?
Yeah, it's like jittering.
Oh yeah, I know what you mean.
Really?
Like if you're clapping like a lot, like really hard, do you know what I mean? And then your hands feel all weird and tingly.
Yeah.
Do you know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
but like my entire leg
Vince.
is fucking numb.
Isaac has a 1-year-old dog. His name is Vince.
And then Haley has a corpse.
Yeah,
Shut
Haley's
up.
got a corpse.
My dog's name is Harley. He's very
He's a corpse.
old. He's very old.
He's
Leave him
literally
alone.
decaying as we speak.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yes, he is.
He's practically deteriorating.
See, we call him a corpse because he
He's
he
leaking.
can't. Well,
His
oh, ew.
brain literally leaks
Stop.
out
No,
all over
that's
the
a
floor.
benign tumor.
When Sarah first met him,
Sorry.
she started touching his head and then took her hand back and said, "Oh, buddy, is that your brain?"
No, because he's 13 years old and he's a golden retriever. That's old.
He can't move. He smells like a corpse and like. What are you doing?
Hi, sisters.
Ew!
That was way too loud, dude.
Hi, sisters. Ew, it's gonna be like, the microphone's gonna be like, hi, sisters.
Anyways,
And it's gonna stay that way because I'm not gonna fix the audio. Sorry, guys.
this
That's
one's better
Buzz's
because it
fault.
has my girl in it, Tana Mojo.
Sisters. Hi, sisters.
Ew.
Turn that shit off.
Flashback Mary. All right.
So what?
Flashback Mary.
Mary?
Do you not know Flashback Mary? It's the
No.
entire reason why James Charles is James Charles.
Do you think
You
we
need to
know
come
anything
over.
about
Shut up.
James
You
Charles?
need to come over
No,
here.
don't grab. No,
I'm just telling you, you gotta move over here because you're talking behind the mic stand.
Okay.
And you gotta talk into the mic. You can't talk to the wall. You gotta talk into the mic.
No.
Not that close. You just need to look
Just
at it and
stay there.
speak.
Why?
Jesus.
Because that's where the mic. This is where the sound goes in and comes into the computer, so I can edit it and give it to people later. That's how this works. You see this wire right here? Shut up. You see this wire right here? All your little vocal cord things. All your
My vocal cord.
all your vibrations. Stop hitting the mic.
Sorry.
All your vibrations come into this little thing right here. Go down this wire into the laptop. So I can edit it. I'm tired of doing the fucking phone.
You're
Stop yelling.
It was like he was viciously sucking.
I'm sorry, I just got scratched by Buzz's toenails.
No, I clipped them.
Then why are they still so sharp?
I have socks on.
I know. Do you want to see the scratches down my legs?
You have jeans on.
I know. That's why it's scary.
No, actually, it
You
was.
need to come over here so you can speak into the fucking mic.
Okay, she's.
Okay, you gotta be quiet. You both peaked
Okay,
the audio
So
there.
apparently everyone thinks I have gross
Into that.
Apparently everyone thinks I have gross toenails, which
They
is
are.
untrue.
See, you just got closer to the mic, but you still talk away from it. Just turn your head into the mic. We can still hear you. Just look at the mic and your voice goes that way.
God.
You don't need to go closer to it. You just need to look at it and
You
speak.
see the way I'm talking to the mic right now, Connor?
Hey, see how we're all facing it except for you?
Look at all these angry voices on the monitor.
See, we all just need to look at the fucking mic and speak into it. Buzz
Okay,
wants
okay.
to turn around backwards and do like fucking somersaults and shit to get away from it. It's not gonna hurt you. Just talking to the mic.
Cool. Anyways,
So you look.
So Buzz nearly took down the mic stand when she fell off the couch.
peed myself a little bit.
Oh boy.
You actually.
Well, Ripperoni, I think Buzz is taking a break from the podcast. We'll just continue without her for now.
We need to go now. Anyway,
No, we
so might as well
can't.
just stop.
No, because it's still 25. We're only 25 minutes in.
Yeah, but I think we
So,
need
shut
to
up.
go.
There's going to be a bonus episode with Tyler, hopefully. See what we can do with that.
Okay, I'm crying.
So,
I didn't
unfortunately,
actually piss my pants. It just almost did. It scared me. So everything unclenched. But then I hit the ground and then I clenched back into protection mode.
Ew.
No, that's not
Unclenched.
it's like yeet and sucks it right back up.
Yeah. Ew. No, I don't know how to describe.
It's like a turtle bringing his head back in.
Yes. Like as
I
I
think
was
that's the analogy for poop, though.
Oh, that was like the never mind.
You're retarded.
why friggin' minute.
Alright, so according to Haley, we can't record anymore because she wants to go on leave. So,
Actually,
this is the end of it.
Why
There-
can't you
welcome-
just why
Have
can't
Thanksgiving
we record
dinner.
Shut up, why can't we record?
I just said we're going to. We're going to go and put it,
and
put
then
it.
edit it.
Well, no, we're going to put out another one later on. And hopefully we're going to have Tyler there for it. And we might actually have a good episode.
You could literally just record two things separately and then mesh them
Yeah, but who's
together.
going to edit them together, buddy?
Literally you could
It's not that hard.
just edit it into the pause of me talking and then link them.
What?
No
Yeah.
titty grabbing.
Yeah,
Ew.
Haley, come on. Get out of here.
Stop.
Bye. You want to you want to drop your social medias, Buzz?
No.
No? CleanerLidead at gmail.com. At CleanerLidead on Instagram. Haley, you want to drop your shit?
I think it's at Haley.
Actually, it's Kalenas_amigas.
Alright, and I've been your host, Daddy Shark. Thanks for joining us.
Oh my fucking
Check
god.
you guys later.